Welcome to Rebel Rock, guys. I am Dan. This is our little hangout where we talk music, we go through some vinyl. This week I got a stack of vinyl to go through. If you've seen past episodes, I had a bunch of credit. I traded a bunch of shit in. So we got a bunch of stuff right here we're going to buzz through because it's a pretty good stack. The first thing we snagged up was this Mort Garson. You might not be familiar. Electronic music. It looks like he was a pioneer. I don't know much about him, but I do like early electronic music, craft work, and stuff like that. So this appears to be an extension of that. And this is a collection, I do believe, of stuff that he did for... I was reading about this. Like National Geographic specials and... the moon landing. He did all kinds of music for the big networks. So it's a cool little collection. I love that art right there. So yeah, you get that in the collection. Next up, we got a band called Snooper. And yeah, I just found out about these guys. This album came out in 2023. So it's still fairly new. It's a debut album. It was Third Man Records released it. I sampled it in up-tempo punk rock, I guess. Is how I would describe it. Very chaotic. But I like finding new bands. So I figured why not support it. Get it in the collection. Check them out. Snooper. We got... Peach and Lee. This is a reissue of sorts on Reminder Records, which releases all sorts of power pop and early punk rock stuff that never got proper releases, and they're fantastic. But Peach and Lee is essentially a power pop group that went from 1965 to 75. This is a collection of all their material, I guess, compiled all on, a double record here. I'm excited to listen to it. The few songs I did listen to reminded me of the Raspberries, and anything that sounds like the Raspberries is something that I love. Next up, Future Islands, brand new album. I love Future Islands. Synth pop, I've seen them multiple times. This is the new record. It's been out for, I don't know, a couple months now, and I haven't bothered to listen to it. I don't know what's going on here. Because before, I would rush out, get the album, and just play it. I heard the single from this, and I wasn't floored by it. So maybe that's why I've kind of been hesitant to actually rock the whole thing. But if you like synth pop stuff, really, they're one of the best ones doing it right now, in my opinion. More synth pop right here. Speaking of it, we got Crystal Castle's first record. Two-piece Canadian, electronic, noisy, a little bit of, reminds me a little bit of like Atari Teenage Riot. Very dancey, very abrasive, female fronted. It's pretty awesome. I was happy to get the record on vinyl. And you guys Crystal Castle fans out there? I mean, they were big back in when they busted on the scene in 2009, 2010, I do believe. They were kind of blowing up. They're still around now, but I don't really know what's going on with them. I'm always on YouTube, kind of searching around, trying to find new bands. And someone had posted a live video of some bands that I like. So I checked out their whole channel, and they had a bunch of random bands I'd never heard of. And this band, the Bug Club, was one of them. And what we have here is a three-piece. And how would I describe them? I would say if the Velvet Underground were more of a pop band, that's how I'd describe it. It's real chunky guitar work, really great bass grooves. The drummer keeps it simple but keeps it moving. Really well crafted songs. Bug Club. Check them out. Like, I was floored at how cool it was and how good. That's probably my favorite of their albums. We also got Green Dream in F Sharp by the Bug Club. Fun art there too. Next up, my favorite Radiohead album. I finally got it on vinyl, In Rainbows. I was in high school when Radiohead was blowing up and everyone was in love with them. I personally wasn't. And then it would be a few years later, my band River City Rebels, we played down in DC, so we had a 12-hour drive back home. We did it overnight, and I remember our singer at the time, Dan McCool, played OK Computer on repeat for a solid 5 hours, and I was just laying in the van listening to it, and all of a sudden it made sense. So from there on, I was a fan of Radiohead, and In Rainbows, probably my favorite, but I love all their stuff, really. Here's a band, another band on Third Man Records, Jack White's label. It's Island of Love. I haven't heard this album, but I did hear the EP that they released a couple years back, and I really enjoyed it. Kind of reminded me of it reminded me of Pavement is what it reminded me of, and I love Pavement, so this was a good extension of that. So we snagged this up. I haven't listened to it yet, but I'm excited to check it out. Once again, another newer band. We got a reissue of The Muffs, Blonder and Blonder. Fantastic punk record from, 90... What year did this come out? 95, 96, somewhere in that time period. It was right around the time Dookie was blowing up. It's the same producer that did Dookie, did this album, and it sounds massive. And Kim Shattuck, her voice is incredible. Songwriting is incredible. She died a couple years ago, really young, which was really sad because she was incredible. Here's a band, another one I was late to the party. Lemon Twigs have been around for a few years now. It's brothers that have been making music since they were kids, and I'm going to see them next month, so I'm really excited to check them out live. Power pop, weird goodness, some glam thrown in there. And I went ahead and I swooped up all their records that I could find, that is. So that's it right there. That's the haul. Lemon Twigs. Check them out. Really, really fun. From Long Island originally. I think they're out in California now, but they're always touring. They're always making new music. They have a brand new album as well that I don't have, that I still have to track down. But we're going to start with those three anyways. That's going to wrap it up. That's what we have for new vinyl pickups. Some good stuff. I got a lot of stuff to catch up on and listen to. In the meantime, hopefully you guys are snagging up some cool vinyl, having a good time. I finally got my room all organized. As you can see behind me, everything has a place. I'm not busting at the seams anymore, so that's been nice here. And that's about it. If you hadn't had a chance, I have, once again, I'm going to plug it. My band River City Rebels just released the new EP, Pop Culture Baby, on Screamin' Crow Records. Limited edition, 300 copies. Once they're done, they're done. And I think we've already sold almost half of them, so get it on it if you want a copy. Pop Culture Baby. It's on Spotify too, all streaming platforms. Check it out. Until next time, guys, do what you do, and toodaloo. Commodore Rockers, it's the BOP from the VT. We got a brand new 7-inch on Screamin' Crow Records titled Pop Culture Baby. The first new music from the River City Rebels in a decade. Get it while it's hot.